Can you use tampons with an IUD? If you're considering using tampons and you have an IUD, you might be wondering if it's safe to do so. Let's break it down to give you the answers you need. First, it's important to understand where both the IUD and the tampon are located in your body. An IUD is placed inside your uterus by a healthcare provider, while tampons are inserted into your vagina. The cervix, which is the opening to your uterus, acts as a barrier that keeps the tampon from coming into contact with the IUD. Using tampons with an IUD is generally safe. The tampon cannot go past your cervix, so it won't interfere with the IUD's position inside your uterus. However, there is one thing to be mindful of: the strings attached to your IUD. These strings hang down through the cervix into the vaginal canal and are used for checking the IUD's position and for removal. When inserting or removing a tampon, be gentle to avoid pulling on these strings. If you feel the strings, it's best to avoid tugging on them to prevent accidentally dislodging the IUD. To minimize any risk, use proper technique when inserting and removing tampons. Make sure your hands are clean and insert the tampon gently at a slight angle towards your lower back. When removing, pull the tampon out slowly and gently. If you feel any discomfort or resistance, pause and adjust your approach. There are some situations where you should avoid using tampons, regardless of whether you have an IUD. These include when you're not on your period and just have discharge, if you have symptoms of an infection like itching or colored discharge, if it's been 6 weeks or less since you gave birth, if you're using a vaginal medication, or if you have a history of toxic shock syndrome. Also, never leave a tampon in for more than 8 hours. If you're still concerned, there are other menstrual products you can consider. Menstrual cups, for example, can be used safely with an IUD, but you need to be cautious of the IUD strings when inserting or removing the cup. Some women also find menstrual pads or period underwear to be comfortable and worry-free options. In summary, you can safely use tampons with an IUD as long as you follow the proper techniques and guidelines to avoid any potential issues with the IUD strings. Always consult with your healthcare provider if you have any concerns or questions about using tampons or other menstrual products with your IUD.